Alright, welcome to watch another video on my channel. You're watching FMIPS19's channel. Yes, I don't really unnecessarily have the words poisonous enough or strict enough to describe what I'm currently feeling about the current press climate in and around the Western world. It's been on the decline since the, well, it's been that for a while, but it hasn't been, it didn't seem this devolved until the United States presidential elections, and especially the part when the primaries were done and the main parties were down to their own nominees. So at this point, what the hell is going on? Everybody's up against each other. There's the, come on, what the, where's the enemies at? Where's the enemies at? That's a good question. Already good. And that's the thing that many people are, well, I guess asking themselves, because it's really hard to, I'm pretty sure there's no one there. Okay, there is, but they're just somewhere out of my league. That's my league. So the question now concerning everyday citizen and media consumer worldwide and the electorate in the United States, US citizens and people eligible to vote, is most likely that of who to trust, and well, obviously you are you are responsible for the actions you take, whether it's to vote or not to vote. It isn't at this point certain at all if your vote counts, which is quite sad, because there is so much voter fraud and election fraud going on, apparently, that it's really sad.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rockets.
Couldn't even take that one down. So now there's many more players here. I wish it were like that in the current election, but there's even less players, and more people have to choose their sides and have to voice their opinions, even though they're not sure who to vote and what is the main reason they should vote for that very person. Which is always interesting to see the reason why people vote. Do they vote for the history they have, for the party they believe in, or in a sense subscribed as part of that, or their parents are, or their social surroundings are. So that's really interesting thing. Come on. Someone shot me from the other end of the map. Well, that's bound to happen, perhaps. But now most of the Western media and the establishment media, so to speak, the main press that is reliable on the government to give them the, not necessarily the funds, but at least to some extent give them the license to come on. Couldn't even take that one down. So I took one down, so now it's in total 2, which is getting me nowhere in the middle, which is kind of sad. Okay, now I managed to take that one. So what everything is boiling down to is that the big corporations are basically behind Hillary Clinton, the Democratic nominee, and even though these publications do rely on the publicity they get through their Trump impersonations and that kind of stuff, they are still vehemently against him for whatever reason they have. Hard to say why is it so. In the sense, I'm sure they could adapt to any possible situation they have, unless they are ideologically in bed with the internationalists or the globalists or the
airstrike ready.
Any one of these big old boys clubs and gentlemen's clubs and secret societies and these kind of things. All the things that made the let's say the 20th century so exclusive, so to speak. Well, that's just one thing total. I guess the basic thing that the powers that be, they can rely on Hillary, since her policies are always been pay to play, and she'll do what they ask for, and that's the most obvious reason. And they might have a bit more problems getting Trump on board with some of their more liberal agendas. And I don't mean the kind of liberal that you usually have in United States. You tend to have this very weird conservative liberal kind of clear cuts and weird classification of that, but well, whatever works. If you describe yourself as liberal or conservative, then that's pretty much what fits into each of their agendas. So I'm pretty sure both of them are willing to play ball. They have the goods on both the candidates. Hillary and the Clintons have much more dead people in their closet, and that makes it more easy to control, and whether it's her health and the scandals and everything. And to some people it might seem frightening that such a villainous person gets into charge, but there's still time and elections are coming, and you can decide on what you want. And one can say that the mainstream media is colluding with the Hillary campaign, and the White House and everything, the establishment, so to speak, are with her. So everything boils down to that one. And I would say that there are very few instances in which the true public interest and the establishment align. Most of the time you need only the voters to give you you need them to give you their consent, and that's pretty much this. And early on you don't need it for them to give you money to give money most likely to pay in form of taxes to be able to pay, but since the invention of the debt-based economy is getting increasingly hot. Crying out loud. How could I miss that one? There is but this kind of snack up here. Come on. That guy missed it too. It's a bit lucky.
Ready. Light armor.
Oh, shite. Shouldn't said that one. But that's basically it, and that's what I've been reading. That's what I've gathered where I'm living at in my native Finland. If I look here, if I do look the news headlines from the past week or even the past 24 hours, it's pretty grim to look at how little there is about the Wikileaks leaks and much more about the alleged Trump sexual misconduct and that kind of stuff. And I'm not in any way saying that that's not important when you have a major politician, the Secretary of State, former Secretary of State of the United States, states that is neck deep in pay-to-play kind of corruption schemes. It is quite interesting to see how much the media wants to disregard those tiny facts.
10, 9, 8,
loud.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1.
And even from early on, the situation, at least I would say in Europe, was similar, that Hillary was everyone were highly with the Hillary and against any other kind of candidates. So as if it was already well beforehand, it was seemingly already decided, which is quite weird if you think of it, in the sense that it's not for the Europeans to decide. Even though we'll obviously have our say, we seem to have, even though we seem to have this subservient lemming-like press that is throwing these softballs, including and giving all the press questions and things in advance to at least one campaign. It's quite weird to see, but all in all, consider all the foreign policy agendas, the wars on Middle East and the propaganda campaign around Syria. Those are the blatant ones that are very, very currently happening. Oh, Shazbah. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have a connection, fate.